Okay, so okay, from here we can add our system. So it is added. How we can add this one? So first we need to go for like that basis person itself. We added the system at here. Okay. Initially, it is a blank. Then we can add the system and give the like a host name, all these things. Let me show you that. Open this one. So this is the host name. This is for HANA DB and in, instance is 02 and best is the user ID and password. So here W capital password. So description if you're not enter also no problem. We can go. Then password is welcome and click on finish. Okay. So it is already added. So that the reason it is coming like it is already existed. Okay. In this case, we can skip it to add this system. Now I'm just going for, okay. So from here, we can create a like packages like how generally in normal web how we add the packages, right? We add the packages, but here when it is come to this HANA system, we need to like schemas are there instead of packages. We have a schemas. Okay, yeah. So here, let me. Okay, so here all the packages. These are all the schemas. Okay, so there is no Z relevant and all. Okay, so starting letter with the Z or Y, we follow some naming conventions, right? So here we don't have such a things. Okay, so directly we can go. So if you notice it here, so these are all the SAP relevant one. Okay, whenever we created a program, so then automatically it is generated in this schema. Okay, sysbis is there. So sysbis also is it is like whenever we created some calculation view, analytical view, attribute view, like that we have couple of views. So whenever we created those views, okay, then automatically it is generated in sysbis. Okay, it's the certification questions. Okay, so these two are very important, and these are security relevant, like access relevant, security and all. When they are generated, then automatically it comes at here. So like that, a couple of like these are the standard things which is generated backend automatically at here. Okay, so yeah, so we just need aware of these things like SSBIS and sys REPO. REPO is nothing but report, and SysBIS is like views purpose. Okay, and so these are all the different schemas created by someone like different persons and all. Okay, so this is I created for previous batches. Okay, so anyway, I will just go for that. This is also I created for previous batch. Okay, yeah, I'm just going. All these are all like a someone created. Okay, only standard thing is underscore is relevant one. Another one, HANA, SAP HANA is there. This is the one, SAP HANA DB. Okay, this is also a standard one. See, if there is no Z or Y, then we are getting confused, which is created by SAP and which who created by us, like customized part. So that the reason Z is the Z or Y is the very important at here. Okay, but anyway, still we can go ahead. Okay, so I'm just creating one schema at here. Okay, I'm just going select the catalog and create. Okay, so click on new. Okay, so instead of either we can open SQL console either this way and create a, okay, so here we can type create a schema. Okay, so everything mostly we are going to do it at here SQL scripts. Okay, so schema. So what is that schema? Okay, so but suppose I will do better way. So here SAP MNP is there. So instead of that, I will try with another name. There is no starting letter M is not there. Okay, better to easy to identify purpose MNP underscore SAP HANA. Okay, so once it is completed, then we can, yeah, we can save it. Control, sorry. Okay, then we can execute it. There is a, yeah, this is the one, execute one. Okay, until and unless if you are not executed, it is not going to generate. Once you are executed, then automatically it is generated at backend. Okay, see below we got some message. Okay, so this is the previous one message which when the waiting for user ID and it is going to expire within the few days. Okay, so when it is going to expire? So May 20 it is going to expire. Okay, so we need to renew again. So anyway, so this is my statement and it is got successfully executed. That means backend it generated some schema. Okay, so here it should be, if it is generated, then it should be reflected at here mn place. So here it should be reflected. Okay, but it's not reflected. Then you can go for catalog and right click refresh it. Okay, so let me check now. It should be generated. So see, this is got generated now. Okay, so from here, so in older versions, like if you want to create a views, column views, then you can create under this part. Okay, EPM models, if you want to create, you can EPM queries, okay, functions like a function models we have, right? Similar way we have a function set here, but it's a different functions, not like a function models, like a like a procedures, okay, functions like that we have. Okay, so this is a procedures is nothing but just like a class and methods like that we can go, and then this is like a functions. Index tables, if you want to create an index table. Are you heard about this indexes? So whenever we discuss about the theory part, we discuss about the index also. Correct? So it generated some index tables. Correct? So if you want to maintain those type of tables and all, then you can create it here. Procedures nothing but class and methods. If you want to create it, procedures instead of classes, class and methods, it is a procedure set here. It's a div. Okay, so like that. Like if you want to create a tables, then you can create a tables. Views, if you want to create again views. Okay, then you can create it here. So anyway, let's create the table first. So here you can right click it. Okay, so very initially it is nothing like we are not created anything then. So whatever you are generated at here, created. So everything in there with the schema, you need to move it to quality system. Okay, whenever you have completed your development part, then you want to move to quality and production. Then what happens? Even if you okay, so one time you are going to enter pack schema, you are going to move it. Second time, some changes came in table, but suppose then you are modifying the table. Even still, again, you need to transport this entire schema to quality system. This is the drawback at here in the modeling part. Okay, so this is entire part is covered in the HANA modeling part. Okay, I will show you the content, then easy to understand. Uh, we follow the contents. Okay, so very initially ERP, what is ERP? What are the functional models, technical models and all. So this is generally we discuss in the web itself, like very demo time. and evaluation of HANA, like a theory part. This is come under the entire theory part. Okay, so this entire part introduction and the studio like Eclipse we discussed, right? We have a doc. We gone through the document, and again I will go for the system also. Again, I will explain that system level as well. Okay, so let me go down. Yeah, this is the document which we discuss. Okay, so that is about this Eclipse tool and HANA tool. Okay, so yeah, so how we can create views, that and all I'm going to discuss on a modeling level. So this okay, so row storage, column storage we discuss. President's president layer I will discuss. Okay, and come to this yeah, a schema. So this is the one which we are discussing now. Okay, by using the schema, negative SQL scripts and the negative skills, we are going to like create the tables and all. Okay, so yeah, HANA Studio, like yeah, this one also like we discussed now. Okay, anyway, let's just complete this, then we can go further. Okay, okay, let me go to the SAP system. So now I'm going to create the table. Okay, so select this table folder, right click it, and then go for the new. Okay, so okay, so I click on it. I'm let's give a minute. Sorry. Okay, parallelly, let me open the SAP GUI as well. Oh, okay, I'm just using the like user ID password to log in into the system. So this is the one which they provided for the SAP GUI login and password. Enter. Okay. So how we entered? Okay, log in with the user ID password. Okay. So here, if you create any table, okay. So I'm just going for table. If anything is Z, let me check. See, very faster it came. Search elf, when I use search elf, it came very faster, right? So anyway, here, let me check any table. Okay, okay, let me try this. Okay, so when we created a custom table, generally, how we created, we enter the fields, then we went to technical settings, and we specified that here column storage, row storage, or something. Okay, or undefined. Okay, so we use the undefined, and then we activated the table. Okay, so here what we'll do, we need to create these data elements, domain like that and all. When it is come to the schema, HANA schema, okay, so we don't have all those things. Okay, so directly we created a tables without domain data elements. So first let me give the table name. So here we can enter the table name like employee table, for suppose employee address table. Okay, so there is no concept at here like a starting letter with the Z or Y. Okay, directly whatever name you want it, you can enter it because it is going to create under the schema. So, but suppose previous batch I created one more employee address. Okay, let me open it here. Okay, so see at here. I created already employee address table. Generally, when it is come to the SAP GUI, if we use the same name, then it throws error. It is not allowed to create again, right? So when it is come to the HANA studio level, okay. So when we create the same name with the tables, okay, still it is going to allow. So how it is going to allow? It is depends on the schema. Okay, it is always addressing with the schema. If you create it again with the employee address like that right here, it throws error because within the same schema we have a same name. Okay, so that the reason will it throws error. When it is come to the different schema, so what happens? It is allows because it is always addressing with the schema and then table name. Okay, so now I'm just going for next one. Okay, so this is my schema name and this is my table name. Okay, and how like what type of table you are creating? Okay, so here we can enter the column names. One second, I open. Let me one more time. Okay, so I by mistake I use the new virtual table. I don't want to this. I want to create a new table. Okay, so I'm just click on new table, virtual table. I'm just deleting, closing. Okay, so this is my table now. So here we can enter the table name, employee underscore unders. Okay, and what type of table it is, like a column storage or row storage or table type. Okay, so this is the things we have. Okay, like in technical settings we have, right, column storage or row storage. DB specific properties. Here we have a column storage or row storage, right? So in HANA system by default we go for the column storage. Why we need to go for the column storage? We discussed about the column storage concept at here. Okay, so more performance when it is extracting the data, it is going to hit the records in column wise. What are the columns we required? Exactly those columns and extract either it is one record to 10,000 records or one lakh records, it is going to get with this single hits itself. Okay, because of that, it is more performance. Okay, so that's the reason SAP came up with the column storage concept. Then we are going to utilize it. Okay, here we'll give the employee number as usual, like in normal systems we provided, right? We created. So same way, I'm just creating it here, like employee number. This is the data type, SQL data types. We in normal system we have so many data types, right? So here we have a limited. Okay, so there is no characteristic like that individually. So here varchar is there and varchar. Okay, so normally instead of previous like we use it char numc like that. So here we have varchar instead of char varchar is there. Okay, so integer means like some numbers, decimal values. You can go for the decimal values. Okay, so and we have history. Okay, so date, time we have. Okay, so rest of all we won't use much. Okay, text based relevant, then we can use the text. If you are creating some text description something, okay, then you go for the text. Alpha num is nothing but it is going to allow alphabets and numbers. In varchar also it is going to allow, but generally they provided in such a way. Okay, so then, if you notice that here, there is no string and all, string raw strings. So instead of everything, they given n varchar char. Okay, so I'm just using varchar and its length. What is the length of this column? Okay, so I just give the 5 something. Okay, and is it a key field like a primary key field? Then we can select it. Just select. That's it. You're not required anything. Uh, the default value, if you want to pass it, then you can make it as a default. Okay, and then uh, yeah. Then we can give the comments. What is the purpose of this field? Like a column, employee number. So I'll just give the employee number. Okay, so similar way we need to create for next like a new field. Then we can click on plus symbol. Okay, then like that, how many columns you required, everything you can keep on adding. Okay, so okay, so I've just entered the employee name right here, and its length is around 15 or 20. We can give it. It is not a primary key. I'm not selecting. Okay, so employee name. Okay, similarly, I want to go for department something or date of join. I'm just going for date of join. Okay, so here my data type is different. Date. Okay, and by default its length it comes. We are not required to enter anything. Okay, so date of join, and we can go for next. It's like a street. So street is around 15. So I'm just going for the street. City 15. So like that, what are the columns we required? Everything we can enter like this. Okay, once we created this table, okay, then we can click on okay, yeah, execute button. Whenever we execute, then only it is going to store in database level. At the same time, if there is any error, it comes at below. Okay, so here like a control save check activity, it's not like that. That many steps we don't have. Directly we are going to execute it. So in first time when you are executing, so that time it is going to generate at backend. Okay, so here we have a index. Okay, I will. It is going to generate. So once we are executed, I will show you. Just showing now, like as of now, it is like a empty. Okay, blank. Okay, now I'm generating. So just click on execute. Okay, now if you notice it here, it is successfully generated. Okay, so columns are got generated successfully like that. Let me scroll down. Or else let me. Okay, so what are the columns we selected? All those columns it is got generated successfully. Now you want to see how it is got generated. Backend, it generated some SQL scripts. Okay. Here we have a export SQLs. So click on that SQL. Okay. Then if you notice, it is generated SQL script. Okay. So piece of code, whatever we specified within the those columns. Like first is the schema, which schema we are creating the table. So if you notice that here, this is our schema and this is our table. Okay, in between there is a dot. Okay, schema dot table name, and is the primary key. So this is the primary key. It is not initial. Okay, if you notice it here, primary key. So here also it is mentioned. Okay, it is the primary key. What is the primary keys are there? Those are all. It is going to mention it here, and it is not a null, and its length is fine. Okay, and next is employee name, date of join, street, city, and all came. Okay, these are all not a primary key. Because of that, it is a null. Okay, even if you not pass anything, it is allows. And labels, we got the labels, right? Okay, so here we have a labels, right? Comment. So those are all, it is come under this comments column. Okay, and then it is going to mention those labels like a schema, table name, and field name. So in between, dot is separated within the dot. Okay, it is addressing this label for this employee number. Okay, so similar way for the all. So even if you modify it from here, then automatically it is going to reflected in our table itself. Okay, so like that it is going to generate it. Okay, so once it is generated, it is like a, let me close, and yeah, this we don't save it. Okay, I just change the name, employee, full employee name description I give it. Okay, now automatically it is updated at here. So like that, whenever we modified it, then automatically it is going to generate this SQL scripts. Okay, automatically. Now I would like to insert the data. Okay, let me go for this. Actually here runtime it should be generated. Why it is? It's okay. Yeah, this is indexes. Like once we created any index, okay, then it is going to display it here. Like we having index. Let me go to the normal table. So here we have a index, right? So whenever we created any indexes, okay, it is going to reflect it here. Okay, so here generally we create that index in normal systems. Okay, so then automatically here also it is going to reflect. Okay, so if you want to create that type of indexes and all, so we can use it here. Okay, so now I want to insert the data in this table. Okay, so as of now it is not reflected at here. Let me refresh it. So select my schema. I'm pressing F5. F5 is the refresh. Okay, short key, and then my table got generated at here. Now I select the table. Okay, then if already data is there, then we can go for the data preview. If it is not there, then we need to generate the data. So how we will generate it? By using insert statement, we are going to generate the data and all. Okay, let me click on that insert. Okay, so this is insert into my schema and table name. And values is nothing but what are the columns we are selected, what are the columns we created in the table. Those are all came in single quotes. Okay, here, value relevant one, it won't come in single quotes. Okay, so if it is a salary, amount is there. So those are all like in columns, it is not come in single quotes. Okay, that time we have to check it and then enter the value. Okay, so let me first one is the employee number, like 1,000. Okay, so John, employee name. So next is date, right? So date, we can enter the date when it is inserted. Okay, year, month, will give, or else I will give first month and first date. Okay, and next is like street. Okay, so what the, or else, mm, Whitefield, city is Bangalore. Okay, so once it is completed, again I want to insert one more. Then, okay, so either I can go for copy and insert it. Okay, but here when we are doing like this, okay, first statement is completed, we have to give the semicolon. Okay, so otherwise it throws error. Okay, when it is the last statement, not required. Either if you give also no problem, but if you want to uh, like if you want to give, then you can give it. If it is not, also fine. Okay, so still it is allows. Okay, around five
But in
requests.
ABAP, yeah, in ABAP we used to use the period symbol.
MM?
ABAP we used to use the period symbol. So in
Correct, correct, exactly.
HANA Studio we
We
usually
use
use
the
the semicolon.
semicolon.
Okay?
Correct,
Oh,
exactly. Okay, so I'm just changing some data. Okay, then okay, so now I enter the data. Okay, around five columns, five or six rows I'm inserting data. Okay, then again you can execute it here. Then it is going to like insert in table level. Okay, see it here below. These are the messages which is got executed successfully. Okay, if it is any error, then it comes in red color. Then we need to fix those red color. Even if you can notice it here, how much time it is took to insert this row. Okay, in table level. So this is the one microseconds. Okay, so 970 microseconds. Again for this one, it is very less, like 58 microseconds. Okay, so like that. Okay, so one by one, like okay, it is got injected and it is showing with the time as well, how much time it took save. Okay, again, but suppose already I executed and these records are inserted in table. Again, if I executed, then I got error because already these records are registered in table level. Okay, so because of that, all those rows, whatever rows I inserted, all those rows I got with the error message. Okay, so like this, it comes in red color. Okay, in such a cases, but suppose if you want to modify some data, then you have to use the alter. Okay, so alter, or you want to delete it, then drop. Like that, we have a different keywords. Okay, so by using those things, we can we have to modify the data. Okay, so yeah, let me go again. So now I want to see the data. But suppose whatever I inserted, this data I want to see. Okay. So again, refresh this, select and control, function key F5. You can press it. Then okay, so select the table and view the data. Okay, open data preview. So here we are able to see the data. So whatever we data we created, so employee number, name, okay, date of join. See, based on that month format, it is gives street, city, and here, but suppose you want to do the filters and all. Okay, so if it is use data is there, use volume of thousands of record is there. You want to search specific, then you can filter with the city or state, whatever. So based on that, you can enter. Then it is going to filter out. Okay, and you want to see the analysis like how it is back in in a graphical view. If you want to see analysis level, you can go and select it. Okay, so generally this view purpose is like a based on sales order, how many how much amount they got it. So amount columns and all it comes in below, and description fields and all it comes in under the string. Okay, so then what are the base? Just you can like which date? Okay, based on date, I want to see the employees who are who are the employees that got joined. If it is same month, okay, around three employees are joined. Okay, so rest of dates it is one employee joined. So like this, we can see the graphical bars. Okay, so like this and all, vertical, horizontal. Okay, so like you want to see the waves, dual. Okay, dual waves. If it is multiple combinations, we can apply multiple lines also. Okay, so such a way and pie graphics. Okay, so these are the different graphics and all. And then you can see such a way. Okay, so grid level, table level. Okay, same. It is sorted out what are the months are there, how many employees are joined in that account. Okay, then becomes easy to understand. Okay, so such a way we can do the analysis. Basically, this view for purpose is to do the data analysis. Okay, such a way we can do. and come to, yeah. Okay, so this is the way how we can create the like a tables and insert the data and all. So do you have any queries that we can discuss? Otherwise, we will continue, or what about even back then?
Yeah, I think we can continue for 10 to 15 minutes. I think.
Okay, fine then.
Till now, I have understood.
It is good. Okay. So now I would like to create one more table. Okay. So by instead previous what I done, I'm going through new table, right? Instead of new table, I want to create a table with the SQL console, like a SQL scripts. I want to create a table. So there is a both ways we have. Either you can create through the SQL console, or you can create with the like a normal table level. Okay, so from here, I'm just trying to create the table. So create, okay, column, either what type of row table it is, like column storage or row storage. So I'm just using the column storage, and it is a table. And okay, so here we have to specify it with the schema name. So what is our schema? MNP underscore SAP HANA. Okay, and dot. So what is the table name which we want to create it? So that table name we have to give it. Okay, so salary, per suppose employee salary table I want to create it. Then I'm just using. Okay, and from here, like primary key. Okay, so primary key is employee number. Okay, so what is the data type? Varchar, and what is the length? It is like a 5. And not null. Not null is nothing but it is a primary key, something we have to enter it. Okay, so then comments. Okay, so comments is nothing but description for this uh, field, employee number. Okay, so the rest of columns like we have, right? So employee name, employee, okay, employee name and varchar, and length is something 20 we can give it. It is a null, not a primary key, then it is allows the null. Like salary, like a basic. Okay, so I'm just give the integer because it is the numbers, right? Salary means integer. I'm just give the data type as the integer, and length. What is the length for this? Like okay, so basic. Okay, we can without length we can create it. Okay. Uh, okay, I miss it one more thing. Okay, we are in last one